All right, guys, I had to stop in the middle of that chapter because the phone rang. So I'm going to continue now. Um, remember, Lucille was, we're in the middle of chapter 5, and Lucille was telling about how her Nana hired a fake bunny instead of the real Easter bunny for her party. The Nana raised her head. "Thank you, Lucille," she said. "Thank you for sharing that with everyone." "You're welcome, Nana," said Lucille. Very pleasant. "You're welcome." The Nana rolled her eyes. Lucille does not understand sarcastic, I believe. Just then, Lucille's daddy stood up at his picnic table, and he said it was time to get this show on the road. He held up a silver bell, and he rang it in the air. Ting-a-ling-ling, ting-a-ling-ling. Then, boom! Waiters started bringing out food from all over the place, and it was the deliciousest food I ever saw. There were barbecued hamburgers and tasty hot dogs and crispy chicken fingers and crunchy salad and yummy potato chips and Swedish pickles. Plus also there were even delicious devilish eggs. "Whoa, what a spread," I said. I stuffed a devilish egg in my mouth, and I stuffed in a pickle and some chips and a giant chicken finger. I didn't stop stuffing for a real long time. And then finally, I leaned back and I rubbed my big fat tummy. "Phew, I'm about to bust a gusset," I said. "Are you, Nana, huh? Are you about to bust a gusset too?" The Nana frowned her eyebrows. "Ladies don't bust gussets, Junie B," she said. I was surprised to hear that information. "Really?" I said. "Then what do ladies bust?" Roger raised his hand. "At our house we bust our guts," he said. Herb smiled. "At our house we bust our buttons," he said. Sheldon stood up. "At our house we just unzip our pants," he said. After that, everyone at our table laughed and laughed, except for not the Nana. Finally, all of us got finished eating, and the waiters took our plates away. And then, wowie, wow, wow! Lucille's daddy brought out the most beautiful box I ever saw. It was wrapped in shiny yellow paper with twirly, curly ribbons. He held it way high up in the air so all of us could see. "Whoa! Whose birthday is it?" I shouted, real excited. Lucille jumped up and giggled. "That's not a birthday present, Junie B. It's a game prize," she said. "Before we hunt for eggs, we're going to play a very fun game, and whoever wins the prize will get the thrill of a lifetime. Right, Daddy?" The daddy smiled. "Well, we certainly hope the winner will be thrilled," he said. "It's a pretty good prize, we think." Just then he put down the box and he pulled a big jar of jelly beans out of a paper bag. "This game is called the jelly bean game," he said. "Can everyone see all the jelly beans in the jar? We've got lots of colors, don't we? We've got reds and yellows and blues and blacks and greens and oranges and whites." He stopped and held up his finger. "But," he said, "in this whole big jar of jelly beans, there's just one purple one." All of us made a hushy sound. "Ooh," we said together. "Just one purple one." The daddy smiled, and then he put the jar back in the bag so we couldn't see the colors anymore. "Okay, now I'm going to walk around to each picnic table, and each of us will have a chance to reach in the jar and pull out a jelly bean," he said. "But remember, you may only pull out one, okay?" "Okay," we hollered. "Okay." Lucille hurried over, and she held up the beautiful box. "And remember this, too. The first person to pull out the purple jelly bean will get this prize," she said. "The thrill of a lifetime." All of us clapped, and we bounced and giggled and wiggled and clapped, and we waited for the jelly bean jar to come to us. It was the nervousest wait of my life, I think. Because what if someone got the purple jelly bean before I even got my turn? That would ruin my whole entire chance. And then I peeked through my fingers and I watched the children pick. Roger's table went first. He picked a red bean. And then Camille picked an orange bean. And Chenille picked a green bean. And Shirley picked a blue bean. My table came next. My heart beat faster. Jose picked a yellow bean, and then Lenny picked a white bean, and May picked another white bean, and Sheldon picked a black bean, and then at last, it was time for me. My heart was pounding like crazy. I bent over and I did some deep breathing. The daddy held out the bag to me. I breathed some more. "Okay, Junie B," he said, "any time now." I stood up and I did a gulp. And then very slow, I reached my hand inside the bag and I felt all around for the purple. I wrinkled my eyebrows, real curious. What does purple feel like, I wonder? I said to just myself. The daddy said, please hurry up. I swished my fingers through the jar some more, and then all of a sudden I felt it. I tell you, I felt purple. It felt roundish and beanish and purplish. I grabbed it real tight, and then I quick pulled my hand out of the jar and I opened my fingers. And guess what? Guess what? That's the end of chapter 5. What do you think Junie B pulled out of the bag? We'll find out next time, and chapter 6 is called Me and Santa.